Hey guys, what it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the drama like prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping, because you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all fades to bleed. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, guys, I'm coming through today, May the 1st, 2025. This is my first time recording straight into TikTok because I got a new idea. And usually I record over to YouTube live, and then I gotta wait till a day to it process, and then I can bring it over to TikTok. I said, the jail with that. I'm going to just record it straight in here. So I got a great idea. I'm going to start doing story times. And it is called Is It Because I Am Black? You know, I can't say the whole thing because I'm BLK, right? And it's been so many situations in my life, as I'm sure many other black people have the same situation, right? I don't know if we can say black on here or not. Girl, it's getting to be ridiculous. But we've had these situations throughout our life. And I believe there's many times that things happen, and it is because we are BLK, right? It is. But we're gaslit to not see it for what it is. We see it directly in front of our face. The evidence is there, and then we're told it's not because you're BLK. Okay, so my first story time is with Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A was my mother's favorite restaurant. And my mother, at her late 40s, went back to college. She graduated from high school, and she attempted college, but she had 5 children to raise. My older sister, which was her stepchild, and 4 other girls. Yes, I'm 1/5 of 5 sisters. Can't even mention the problems. Girl, it was a whole lot of scrapping, a lot of little tapping. It was one for all and all for one. We all got a whooping, and that's what happened. It's your girl Cadillac. I'm sorry, I'm an artist, so sometimes I bust out and rap, right? But 1/5 of 5 sisters. So my mother always desired education. That's all she instilled in me. Get an education. Get an education. Use your head for more than a hat rack. My mother desired education above many things. And in her late 40s, she went back to school. Okay, when my mother went back to school and she graduated, I'm going to skip forward at age 53 with her master's. So when she started school, she started for business. She just kept graduating and going higher and higher and more accolades. And it just increased her confidence because she had been more than just a wife, more than just a mother. For a long time, I believe she felt like she was just a mother. She had a special needs child as well, which was really difficult growing up with the stuff she had to deal with my sister being special needs. So it was finally she, was going to live her life, right? And we're coming right up on the anniversary of her passing 9 years ago due to a wrongful outing of my mother doing outpatient surgery. And I wonder, did that happen because she was BLK? But okay, so my mother was a scholar. She loved education. She wanted nothing but for us to get education. But I think she still lacked some tools. So she told us, she drilled in us education. But she didn't quite know how to have us go about getting the education. They would just send us out there, go get an education without much direction. But they used what they had, right? I grew up with my mother and my father. They did the best that they could, right? So my mother loved Chick-fil-A, and I'm an artist. So her two things she was going to do with her business degree was she wanted to do, I used to do hand painted t-shirts, and she wanted to do a screen printing t-shirt with me. And also she wanted to own a Chick-fil-A. My mother loved Chick-fil-A. I have no idea what it was about it, but she just loved it. So a couple of Christmases before she passed in 2016, she started getting us the calendar, that Chick-fil-A calendar. And I think it was a couple of years that she did do that. Now, the year before she passed, because she would always come home with these great salads. Now, I ain't going to hold you. I like their salads. They chicken sandwich, I'm like, it seems like it's something missing on it, like for real. But they salads be on point. So she would always get like free items and stuff like that. And she started to buy us the Chick-fil-A calendar. So just so happened the holiday before she passed, that December, she bought everybody Chick-fil-A calendars. My mother passed May the 6th, 2016. So it was in the calendar each month, you would get a free item. You could use your little card. It was a reusable card. You could use that to get you something free. And most times when we went to get something free, we would actually buy other stuff, because you don't just go in and get, kids go, oh, I want that, Ma, I want that. My daughter's name is Money. And that girl be like, run me that money. I want this, I want that, I want that. Girl, can I get one from a friend? And that, girl. So we didn't just get the free item and leave. We always usually got something else. If it ain't some waffle fries or a shake or ice cream cone, it's something. Sorry, my eye. I am legally blind, so it's kind of hurting my eye right now. So each month we get a free item, but when you came to May, my mother passed in May. So I remember after she passed, we would, my nephew, my daughter, me, my sisters, we would all get together and go to Chick-fil-A and get our calendar item. This was a thing that we did in like honor of Mom. And it was like, if Mom hadn't passed, she would have had a Chick-fil-A. Like, that was her. We knew she was just going to be the ultimate. Like, she always used to say, y'all know I'm a struggling artist. And she was like, but Kitty, you're a good worker. And I just want a place that all my girls can work. They'll always have a job. We'll always have money for the family and stuff like that. And that was her dream, right? So one day, now we usually go to the Chick-fil-A by the house, right? But we were out and about, so we decide to stop at another Chick-fil-A that is by a theme park, right? So I go in, and we all go to get our Chick-fil-A calendar free item. I don't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was. If it was an ice cream, if it was I don't know what it was. It's it's something small or whatever, but we all went in to get it. My sister, she has special needs, and now I am caregiver to her after my mother passed. I have been her caregiver ever since. That was my mother's passing wishes, that because she worried what would happen to my sister after she's gone. And I assured her she had nothing to worry about. So my sister kind of couldn't figure out how to activate her calendar card to get her free thing. And she gets really like emotional, and she kind of melts down, and it translates into almost like anger. Like, she'll get angry really quickly. And I am the de-escalator. I am about the only one that can de-escalate my sister. So my card was already previously activated. I go up there, I get whatever monthly item was free. And I believe, just like I said, my daughter Money was like, "Mom, can I give such and such and such?" I think I bought a whole combo or whatever. So I get my order. Well, I didn't get my order yet. I stepped to the side because I'm waiting on my order. But my sister's freaking out because her card is not activated. And I'm trying to de-escalate her to get her to calm down because she will go into seizing. So I'm trying to get the card. I'm asking my daughter because she help her activate her card or whatever. And she's trying to, but it just be too much going on. I have other little kids with me, so my nephew, it's my daughter. It's a lot going on, and I gotta always pay attention to my sister, who is special needs. So as I'm trying to get her card activated so that she can purchase, I'm like, wait, where's my card? I have a lot of issues myself. I have anxiety. I have so much going on. I actually think I show signs of ADD. It's a lot of situations that I deal with or whatever. So I am trying to. So when I get pulled off a track, I don't know what I'm doing. So I have to really focus to know what I'm doing. So doing my transaction and then trying to figure out my sister's transaction without her getting overwhelmed and falling out into seizing, I am like, well, where's my card? So I had a water bottle that I was drinking in my hand. I had my bag. So for me, the way I calm myself down is I don't react so fast like I used to. I just calm down and I'm like, okay, I know I got to find it. I asked my daughter, did I hand my card to you? I asked my sister, do you have my card? Does anybody who has my card? So everyone's like, we don't have your card. So I'm like, okay, I stand over to the side and I end up, my sister ended up getting to order. I don't know if my daughter helped her or I went on and helped her with the transaction before, coming over to the side, looking through my bag, because I'm like, where's my card? So I go back up to the cashier and I'm like, I just literally left right here. Like, have you seen my card? Did I drop it here? Or did I accidentally leave it in the little card pad or whatever? Like, this doesn't make sense. We only took a few steps over and now my card is missing. And the girl's like, no, I don't know where your card is, this and that. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't make sense. So then I stopped and I think I checked again. And now I'm like, I'm getting aggravated because I'm like, this was the last gift that one of the last gifts that my mother gave me. And now I go because I'm being distracted and lose my card, right? So then I asked the girl if she could, can you check to see, like, is it in the register or is it, like, did you take the card? Did you not give it back to me? Because I can't remember because I was distracted. Did you give it back to me? And she's like, yep, I gave it back to you. Or she says that most likely the next person in line took it. And I'm like, okay, so can I get another one? Like, are you able to replace it? And she's like, no, because we've stopped those cards. We're no longer doing the calendar cards. And I'm like, okay, so this really sucks because, okay, so now I'm not going to be able to participate with going monthly with my sister and family to get the free item. So they can't do anything. So I'm like, are you able to check the surveillance to see what happened? Because I don't understand how my card is missing. I've checked my bag several times. I've checked my pockets. I checked everything. Like, I literally don't see my card. And it really wasn't even that many guests. My sister, she don't have my card. Nobody has my card. And so she calls the manager out. I don't know. I'm gonna call the manager. She calls the manager. So I'm speaking to the manager and I'm like, "Oh, sir, I came in here. I just placed the order. I was trying to help my sister activate her card and I can't find my card any longer. Like, is it possible to check the register to make sure it wasn't put in the register or anything? Or can you check the surveillance to see, like, what happened to the card? Because I'm just trying to find my card." And he's like, "No, it's not in the register." And he's like, "No, we can't check the surveillance." Like, I'm not used to that. I'm used to customer service. Like, and I work in the restaurant industry, and I work at a theme park though. But since I had my first job at KFC, not first job, but first food service job at KFC, like, it was always the customer is first. Like, I see that is very much declining. And it's sad because things cost us 3 and 4 times more, but we get treated 3 and 4 times worse than we used to get treated to spend our money, right? The money that we work so hard to get, right? So he's like, "No." And I just felt like he was dismissing me. I'm like, but I'm not going to give up. And I'm usually I am I'm nicer than most. Most people, like, I got a strong tolerance of everything. Like, I literally won't even say anything. I won't respond. It will burn my soul, but I know how to keep my mouth shut. So, but at this point, I'm like, no, that keeps getting me ran over. I have to say something. "Sir, can you please check the surveillance, check the register?" First I asked, "Can you check the register?" And he says no. And I'm like, "Why can't you check the register? Can you check the surveillance so I can see who took my card?" Right? And he's like, "No." So I'm thinking the man was going to help me, and he literally did nothing. So then, as I'm checking my bag again, I'm like, I don't see my card anywhere. And I put the water bottle, the empty water bottle that I had by that time, on the floor, like down where I was checking my bag, like on the floor. He picks up the bottle and he's like, "Is this yours?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He gives me the bottle and starts walking me to the door. I'm like, "Huh?" Like, what are you? I'm like, "Why are you walking me to the door? I want my card." And he's like, "We don't have your card. The cashier don't have your card," and this and that. And I'm like, literally, like, he doesn't have to treat me in this manner. And I felt like he was treating me that way because I'm BLK. But you can't never really, you feel it, but is there hard evidential, like, do you have the hard evidence? No, you don't, but you know it. You know it, and almost everybody else knows it. And I'm like, this man, he really just irritated me because why can't you just check the register? I would have checked the register, right? So he's like, "We don't have your card," and basically, like, you need to leave. Meanwhile, other people in my party have ordered, and we ordered more than just the free item. So then I'm like, let me just leave my phone number in case you find my card. I really want my card. Now, of course, they don't understand why the card, that's why you don't treat people any type of way, because you really don't know people's lives like that. You don't know. That card to me symbolized more than just a Chick-fil-A calendar card, right? It symbolized more than that. So he comes to act like he's going to talk to me. And I'm like, "Can you just take my number or whatever? And if you find my card," because I'm literally now getting aggravated. "If you find my card, give me a call back because that card is very important to me." So he basically tries to put me out the restaurant. I leave and I go home. Almost 2 hours later, I receive a call. You know what the call said? We have your card. The cashier took it and put it in the register. She took it and put it in the register. Didn't I ask you to check the register and you told me no? As a paying customer, you told me no. And you escorted me out the door like I didn't buy more food. Like I'm not putting money into your pocket. Oh, I was so aggravated. And this was not the close one by the house. I had to go further back by the theme park. Traffic is heavier. Then it's the heaviest part of traffic, but I want the card that was the last gift that my mother gave me. So I'm trying to explain that it was more than just the card. And I'm like, what are you going to do for the inconvenience? And it's basically, I usually don't even ask for that. But you really inconvenienced me when you didn't have to, because I asked you to check that register and I asked you to check the cameras. If you had to just check the register, you would have found my card in her register and you wouldn't have had to go to check no cameras. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you didn't see me as an important customer. Right? You didn't see me as important, though I was spending my hard-earned money that I really don't have like that because I work at a theme park. So he's like, no, we don't give anything free. You trying to get something free? We don't give nothing free. And I'm like, no, it's not free. It's for inconvenience. I have to come way back across town, use my gas when I asked you before, could you check the cash register? So I'm like, you know what, let me just go get my card. So I get the card and I'm standing there. They act like they don't see me. Nobody's greeting me. And you know how I'm smiling and happy. Y'all know, have y'all been in a Chick-fil-A? Y'all know how they be. Hey, welcome. Hey, miss. They love to call you by name. They greeting you this and that. Nobody notices that I'm standing there. I'm like, I came to pick up my card. I told them that my card was here, but they just wouldn't check. So the manager comes out. He comes around and he sees me talking to the cashier, and he's like giving me the card like this. And I'm like, what is this energy? Honestly, you wrong. You're the one wrong. You did something to me. I did nothing to you but put money in your pocket. Like literally, I did nothing to you. And you basically let your cashier steal my card, my card that has sentimental value, right? And so he's like, well, it was her first day. It was her first day. She could make a mistake. I said, I've had a first day on a job too. And yes, I could make a mistake, but because I know I'm human and I do make mistakes. Like when anybody tells me, oh, you gave me a 10. I gave you a 10 and I'm thinking they gave me a 5. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm going to have that register. I'm going to get my manager and I'm going to have the register counted so I can make sure I'm right or wrong. There have been times I've been wrong. There are times I have been right because I am a human. She was a human. So I didn't blame her for being wrong. What the blame came was because you told me straight out, no, she ain't got it. Well, it was her first day. She put it in the register. And I'm like, I asked you. So then he's like, so I'm like, okay, like this is really, at this point, this is ridiculous. And he's like, what, you want something free? You want something free? He goes to the back and he, here again, gives me a little coupon for one ice cream cone. I'm like, sir, the energy, this is really, it was one other time that, I mean, we're treated differently many times when we shop and then, or when we go to restaurants, and it's always blamed on, it's because of how y'all act. Baby, I don't act no type of way. I'm sorry, my contact right now. But it's excused to be treated. That's their excuse for why they treat us differently when we're patronizing places, right? And it's only one other time that really irritated my soul to the point where I literally had to call corporate. Like, I'm not even that type of person. I ain't that type of person sending no emails, calling. But I really felt like I was discriminated and treated that way because I am BLK. There was no other reason to be treated that way. What other excuse did they have besides treating me that way because I was BLK? Now, I know people will try to give other excuses, but like I said, you feel it. You don't have the hard down evidence, but you know what it feels like. And I called the corporate and they said, oh, we don't condone any of that and this and that. And I even worked at Walmart. And our manager used to tell us all the time, do not ever disrespect. If he found out you were disrespecting a customer, if you didn't just go with what the customer said or whatever, you could get fired. Because he said he used to put a $sign on the customer. Do you know how much each customer over their lifetime brings to the business? And you're going to turn away all that money for one instance? He said, I would get rid of you first. And because of that, that was true. I never returned back to that Chick-fil-A. Ever. And the other instance I had was at a 7-Eleven. And it was the closest 7-Eleven to the house, and I never returned back because of how I was mistreated. Over nothing, you lost all that money. All that money went out the door because I'm no longer your customer. So I called corporate and they're like, we don't condone that, this and that. I think they sent a couple of coupons, but that was that. But literally, you don't understand. And I explained to them it was more than a calendar card. It was my mother's passing wish that she had a Chick-fil-A franchise. So it literally was symbolic. And I can't believe this is how I was treated here. Like, honestly, like it literally. And I don't know. And then people will try to tell you, no, they didn't treat you like that because you were black. BLK. Really, there was no reason for it. All right, that's story time number 1. I got more coming because in my 44 years, every situation is not about, the color of your skin, but there are many that are, and we're told that it isn't. See, we have to deal with these situations because of the color of our skin, while others may not have to deal with it because they don't have the hue and the melanin that we have. It is so much more pressure added to our table just because we are BLK. All right, guys. It's your girl Cadillac.